Hi, this is Connie again, still in Bodhanath, Nepal. I want to talk a little bit about particles now. This is what we're going to be spending the next few weeks working on in the course. So as you've probably noticed by now, there are no spaces between words in Tibetan. Everything's just separated by syllables. So one thing that's really hard for beginners is to see where one word ends and another word begins. One way to help with this is knowing a lot of vocabulary. So that's why we're working on building your vocabulary and why we have quizzes every few days. But another way to understand the way that words are separated in Tibetan is by understanding the particles. So a particle is a syllable that's placed after a word in Tibetan to show its function within a sentence. So it can show the agent of an action, it can show the location where an action's done, it can show the purpose. Particles in Tibetan are similar to prepositions in English. So if we take, for example, the sentence in English, I go to the school. To is a preposition that's placed in front of the word school to show where I'm going, right? Where am I going? I'm going to the school. So these are prepositions because they're placed before the words they modify. In Tibetan, we have particles that are placed after the words that they modify, so sometimes they're called postpositions. Now, understanding the way that particles work is one of the most important aspects of Tibetan grammar. And like I said, that's what we're going to be spending the next few weeks focusing on. There are a lot of particles. There are disagreements sometimes among grammarians about how many particles there actually are in Tibetan, but don't worry, don't feel too overwhelmed by this just yet. We're going to go through all of the particles slowly. So this is just a quick overview for you so you know what to expect in the coming lessons. Now, it's important to know that if you understand particles, you can understand most of what's going on in a Tibetan sentence. If you look at a sentence and you can identify all of the particles in the sentence and what they're doing, even if you don't know the vocabulary, you can get a good sense of what's going on in the sentence. And then from there, the rest is easy. You just look up words in a dictionary.